Welcome to Dota News for the week. So to start us off, in the last news update, I very strongly stressed the fact that both Wings and Complexity had not actually locked in their rosters, because if you do nothing in the in-game system, all players from your team will be automatically dropped. So when you searched for Wings or Complexity on the Dota 2 major registration website, you didn't find either team there. However, after the deadline passed, Valve went back and retroactively added these teams into the system, so it does show them now as being entered into the system at exactly the deadline of midnight there. So Wings and Col are both officially registered, and they will not be facing open qualifiers. Now, in new team news, a new team was announced at Newbie B, and there's a few notable things here. It is said that one of the players on this team is actually the boss of Newbie. Additionally, Zhao8 announced his retirement, I think about a week ago, and he's already out of it. He got bored quickly. Week of boredom there. And also, most notably, this is the first woman on a professional Dota team. So Axe is a high MMR Chinese female player, and she will be on this Newbie squad. So WG Unity have announced that Kang, their offlaner, is unable to continue competing with the team. They now unfortunately will have to try to qualify for Kiev through the open qualifiers, as this roster change did come after the roster lock. Now, they are a top Southeast Asian team, so just a reminder, they came in top 8 at Boston, and they qualified for ESL 1 Genting, even though they did come in last place at ESL. And while they are looking to complete their roster, it would seem they're a bit overwhelmed with requests promising strong teamwork and low MMR. WESG actually starts later tonight, I believe. There's a total of 24 teams at the event representing different nations from around the world. And the way that this will work is there's 4 groups. The top 3 in each group will advance on to a single elimination playoff bracket, with the first team in each group getting a bye for the first round. Total prize pool for this is $1.5 million, with first place winning $800,000. The WESG group stages have finished up. And so if we look at these 4 groups here, notable teams that we see doing well: Alliance, TNC, and Cloud9 all placed first in their groups. And then To Be or Not To Be is a Chinese team, and they also came in first. And notable teams that were eliminated include Horde, which is some of the ex-Alliance members, Fantastic Five, a CIS region team, and Team Ukraine, which is kind of Na'Vi plus Resolution, also did not manage to qualify out of the group stages, and only places 1st through 4th earn any prize money. So this is very different from other tournaments, and that teams are only going to earn money if they come in at the very top. So if we take a quick look at the brackets, the first 4 place finishing teams are seeded directly into the quarterfinals, and then the remaining 8 teams they'll start at the beginning of the single elimination playoff bracket. WESG finished last night. TNC are your WESG champions. They won 2-1 against challengers Cloud9. Reminder, Cloud9 are the previous Imperial squad, all Danish players. TNC took home $800,000, with Cloud9 taking home $400,000 for second place. Now, following the Grand Finals match, Alliance played up against Infamous for the 3rd place decider match, and Alliance took that series 2-1. They lost the first game, but managed to rally and come back, securing themselves $200,000, and then Infamous came in 4th place. Dotapit will be the next tournament after WESG. And last week I let you guys know that Dotapit announced that Wings were unable to get visas and were being replaced by Elements Pro Gaming. And then Dotapit just recently announced that Newbie were also unable to get visas, or are having visa issues, so Invictus Gaming will be replacing them. We have Dotapit starting very soon. So if you're curious who the talent will be at Dotapit, you see it up on the screen. Kotogai and Shiver are going to be your hosts. Casters will be OD Pixel and Toby, with analysts Fogged Gods and Merlini bringing you Dotapit in Croatia this upcoming weekend. So as far as the first day, it will be on January 20th, and it's going to start at 10 a.m. CEST. We're going to see Virtus Pro up against Elements Pro Gaming. Now recall, originally Wings was supposed to be part of this tournament, but due to visa issues, they were unable to attend, so Elements replaced them. And then IG replaced, I believe, Newbie for the same region. So they'll be the second game of the day playing against OG, and then losers of those matches will play and winners of those matches will play for the first round. There is no seeding for this tournament. The teams were, I don't know how the seeding was determined, but teams are matched up amongst the 8 of them, and then it's just a standard double elimination style bracket. So on day 1, we're seeing the top of that bracket there, and then on day 2, we'll see EG, Faceless, DC, and Team Secret all face off for Dotapit. So we look forward to seeing that action and how teams continue to adapt to the 7 patch. DAC dates have been officially announced now, so it will be taking place from April 1st to 4th for the main stage of the event. The event will conclude about 1 week before teams have to be in Kiev for the major. So 4 teams were invited here, Evil Geniuses, Wings, OG, and Newbie, which are also teams we could expect to see at Kiev, so they will have a pretty tight schedule with that. And the base prize pool is $500,000, and it can potentially be increased by sale of in-game items or compendiums. We haven't seen anything released yet, but we assume that Perfect World has something in the works for those. And then this DAC is downscaled from the first one that we saw back in 2015. So there are only 12 teams here instead of the 20 that we saw last time around. DAC Chinese qualifiers have come to a close. And Invictus Gaming, VGJ, LGD-FY, and IG Vitality have all qualified for DIC, along with Wings and Newbie to be the Chinese participants. And now they have announced the schedules and the groups for the regional qualifiers. So they'll be taking place from February 3rd to 13th. This is for all the other regions other than China. Americas, Europe, Southeast Asia, and there's a separate CIS division. So the names you see up there are the names you would expect. So the way that it'll work is there's 8 teams for each region, and they're going to be in 4 group teams. The team who comes out in first place in each of their groups will face off against each other, and then the winner from that group will qualify for DAC. A new tournament has been announced, so this is a little different from the tournaments we're expecting to see. Different organizer, different location. There will be a $50,000 US tournament in Peru, and it will have 4 invites, and then it'll have qualifying teams from NA, EU, and then 2 guaranteed slots for teams from Peru. Matchmaking now considers your geographical location when searching for matches, increasing your likelihood of playing with your countrymen. A Valve employee on Reddit has answered that parties from different regions will not be penalized as far as search terms go. The search instead will take the highest MMR into account and use them to preference the location search. And lastly, if you were wondering why your Dota broke recently, we had our first ever truly game-breaking patch. After finding a match, people were unable to connect to a game without the entire game crashing. Valve rolled back the update and then has re-released it again without that extra crashing feature in there. And the patch was just a few small bug fixes and some UI adjustments for specific heroes like Meepo and Lone Druid. So that's it for news for right now. Stay tuned for more later.